Magic fractions. This is probably the most important math tool that you'll be using in our physics class and in future science classes. I made up the name magic fractions, and you'll see why. So what is a magic fraction? Well, magic fraction has a line, and then something in the numerator and something in the denominator, and then parentheses on the outside. Now, what goes inside there makes all the difference. So let's work up to what a magic fraction is. Okay, get rid of this guy. Now, let's start off with a very simple one. Okay, 12 times equals 12. Well, what goes in the parentheses? Duh. Okay, 12 times 1 equals 12. Got it? Now, let's try that again, but this time I want to put something in the parentheses so it equals 1. So what goes in the parentheses now? Go ahead, fill it out. I dare you. Well, obviously, if we take 1/12 of 12, then the 12's cancel and we get 1. Okay, so far so good. Now, what if we had 12 inches times something equals 12 inches? Well, duh, you just put a 1 in there, right? But how about this? 12 inches times something equals 1. Well, then that would have to be 1/12, right? But where'd the inches go? Well, actually, if you think about it, 12 inches is also called, I can't get high enough there, what are these guys? Yeah, okay, 12 inches equals 1 foot. So, let's do it this way. If we put inches downstairs here, the inches will cancel, but we won't get foot up here until we put foot over here. Now, this is the essence of a magic fraction. Notice, 12 inches equals 1 foot. So, if 12 inches equals 1 foot, then if we put foot upstairs and inches downstairs, 12 inches downstairs, we're really making 1 because they're equal to each other. So 6 over 6 equals 1. 17.3 over 17.3 equals 1. So anytime you multiply something by 1, it still is the same number. But notice here, 12 is not the same thing as 1, but 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. So that's the whole point about magic fractions. You can convert units from one unit to another unit, which is, as you'll soon see, really important. So let's take this guy and try something a little different. Suppose you wanted to turn days with a magic fraction, and we want to turn it into weeks. Okay? I mean, suppose we have, 7 days, just, random number here. So, fill in what the magic fraction would be. Remember, every magic fraction has to have a number and a unit up top and a number and a unit downstairs. And the units have to be chosen and the numbers have to be chosen, so it's actually a big, fat number 1 in disguise. Okay, so you fill in here. What would you have to put there that would turn days into weeks? Got it? Well, duh. If you want to get rid of days, you have to put days downstairs, because that'll cancel. And what do you want to turn it into? You want to turn it into weeks, so put weeks up top. Now, that's pretty good. That's the units, but what's the number? Well, we have to make it a big fat 1, and as you probably already know from, like when you're 3 years old, 1 week is the same thing as 7 days. So that now is the essence of a magic fraction. It equals 1, it has different units and different numbers. And it's also, the main thing is, it's useful for changing units. So in this case, the days cancel, and the 7 cancels also, leaving here 1 week. Now, if it turned out that we were to have something different, like, I don't know, how about 28 days, half February? I want to know how many weeks that is. Well, same thing, same magic fraction, 1 week, 7 days. Now notice, we don't put 28 days here and 4 weeks. It's just, that's the conversion factor. 1 week, 7 days. It's always going to be the same thing. Whenever you're going days to weeks, it's 1 week over 7 days. Okay, now in this case, the days cancel just like before. But here, 28 doesn't cancel 7, but that goes and that turns into 4. Because 4 is the number of 7s that there are in 28 days, which I didn't say very good, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that'd be 4 times 1 equals 4, and then weeks. Notice the days dies, but the week survives. So that means 28 days equals 4 weeks. Okay, now let's try a little bit more challenging one here. Remember, in every case, what does the magic fraction have to do? Come on, I can't hear you. Okay, gotta have parentheses, gotta have a line. Okay, what goes on top of the line? Number and unit. What goes down below? Different number and unit, different unit. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna do one to figure out, we're gonna change hoofs. You know what hoofs are, right? They're like, cows, they have hoofs that they walk on. Hoofs, yeah, okay. We want to change hoofs into cows. Now to change hoofs into cows, we need a magic fraction. So here's the skeleton of a magic fraction. You gotta hang the flesh on the skeleton. So go ahead, give it a try. Remember, number upstairs, number downstairs, unit upstairs, units downstairs, and the whole thing equals 1 because what's upstairs is in fact equal to what's downstairs, even though it looks different. Mathematically, they're equal. Okay, so I'll stop the tape while you write that in. Well, simple. First of all, if you want to get rid of hoofs, put hoofs downstairs. And if you want to turn it into cows, put cows upstairs. Now here's the tough one. What numbers go in there? Well, 4 and 1, right? 4 and 1. That's wrong. There is not one hoof on 4 cows. That would be a very weird cow. I mean, you have to cut off all the, it would be just disgusting, all the blood and everything. No. Gotta think about it. Turns out that 1 cow has 4 hoofs. Okay, now we're getting there. So, if we have, I don't know, 8 hoofs here, like we just, see all these hoofs walking by with the camera looking down low, and then we have 1 cow and 4 hoofs. That means the hoofs cancel, and the 4 makes that 8 turn into a 2, and so 2 times 1 cow equals 2 cows. So 8 hoofs equals 2 cows. Now, I know it's kind of macabre because you're going to cut the hoofs off and stuff, but don't worry about all that stuff. Just think about, we're converting hoofs to cows, and we're doing it because we know that there are 4 hoofs on each cow. So we're going to try to convert hate into love. So, what's going to be the magic fraction there? Well, we want to get rid of hate, so that goes in the denominator. We want to have love up top here. And then, how many hates equals a love? Well, hate to tell you, but you can't always use magic fractions. I mean, I don't know what the answer to that. You have to check with your own personal experiences, all the hearts you've broken, all the times your heart's been broken. I don't know. I would think that probably love's more powerful than hate. So let's put a 2 and a 1 here. I don't know. But that's just kind of a joke. Okay, now let's try one more just to show you the power of magic fractions. Suppose we wanted to know how many seconds are in an hour. Ooh. Well, okay, so we want to know how many seconds. That means our answer is going to be seconds. And we're going to start with hours. HR for hours. Well, first of all, we got to take hours and turn it into minutes. So we're going to have, oh, can you see where I'm going here? We're going to have two magic fractions because the first one is going to take hours into minutes. And as you probably know, if you look at your watch, it says that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay. Now, but we want to get to seconds. So we have to take, after we get rid of the hours here, then we have to turn around and take minutes and turn it into, well, once again, so this magic fraction is now going to become a number, and this magic fraction is going to convert a second time. So now we have minutes downstairs and seconds upstairs, and, oh, you probably heard of that TV show. It's called 60 Minutes. Well, that would be up here. But now this is 60 seconds. So 60 seconds here is called 1 minute. Okay, so we have a double magic fraction, and then we would have to take the hours and cancel here. Well, let's go 2 hours, okay? Well, 1 hour, why not? Let's just do 1 hour. Okay, so that would mean 1 minute, that cancels, and then the hour has already canceled. So now we have 60 minutes times 60 seconds, but divided by blah, 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 blah. So 60 times 60 equals, well, 6 times 6 is 36. And then there's 2 more zeros there. So there's 32,600 seconds in 1 hour. Now, you could actually expand this one out. I mean, this would be kind of crazy, but, and now we're going to make a triple magic fraction if we wanted to find out how many hours, how many seconds in a day, and then we can even go a fourth one here, and then we can have days up top and years down below. So there's 365 days in 1 year and 24 hours in 1 day, and then you could start off with years way over there and figure out how many seconds in a year. So magic fractions, there's no limit to how many you can string together that gives you the final result you need. Now, I would hardly encourage you to just like play around and try a couple of, you probably know how many, I don't know, pounds in, ounces in a pound, 16 ounces in a pound. So make up a magic fraction for that, or other magic fractions, just to sort of see that there's no magic here. It's just doing it. Think about what you want to get rid of. That goes downstairs. What you want to have is up top. And then just put the numbers in so it equals 1. Magic fractions. Very useful.